Hello, everybody. It's DJ Valerie B. Love. What's up? Happy Manifesting Monday. Let's do this really quick. Inhale some love and exhale some peace. Okay, so guess what? It's Manifesting Monday. This week's episode on the Big Dream School podcast is all about your opposites and manifesting a good relationship with your opposite. And so my guests this week are Allison Conte and JT Smiedendorf, and we talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And so you can go over to djvaleriebelove.com and go grab the podcast. You can get the dream sheet. You can listen to it on iTunes or Spotify, Google, whatever. But the whole point of this podcast is really, this episode is talking about, getting in right alignment in relationship with your opposite. And so, if you rely heavily, if you identify heavily in the masculine department, you're super linear, you're all systematic and everything, it's kind of nice to embrace your feminine side, which is more creative and fun. And so what we obviously do, we attract each other because we complete each other and we create this wholeness about ourselves. And so it's not about sexuality necessarily. It's really about, seeking that with, that it is not within you, really, that is, you need to get it from the outside, sort of. So it's a really cool episode. And so Allison is a priestess and an executive leadership trainer and coach. And JT, her husband, is a pastor. And so it's really interesting because in addition to the masculine and feminine that they have, that's different, they have different lineages of their spiritual practices. So I think it's a really cool podcast to listen to if you think like, oh, I could never be with somebody like that, or they're too this. And it's like, nope, these two make it work. They rock it. They have a beautiful practice together, and they're starting to put some work out into a world that embodies the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And so it's a really, really cool podcast. So the experiment for this week, it's a cool experiment. So the idea is you're going to write down a list of your opposites. And so, for me, my inventory would definitely include the opposite of my natural meanness is being super organized, which I'm not, and I need help with. It's being, really disciplined and structured and systematic, etc., and really linear in my thinking. Like I'm definitely I'm a giant, swirling thinker and a big expansive thinker. And so I really benefit from having other people in my life, in my business and in my spiritual practice and my love life who, can appreciate me and honor me for that expandedness. But I also, need to attract the opposite, which is that linearness. And so hi Beth. So there is a part of me that is like, oh, dude, I don't want to be linear in my box and all, that way. But the reality is it makes me whole and it makes me more effective. And so rather than, shunning that part of myself, it's like, okay, bring it in. And so, taking it a step further for the experiment this week, what can you do to embody and embrace a little bit of that opposite, And so for me this week, I'm going to really be focusing a lot more on structure and systems and frameworks. And so part of how I teach and part of how I move through life too also is going to have that. So it feels good to acknowledge that, I need a little help with that. And so that's really kind of the cool part too, is that, we seek mentorship and coaching and friendship and groups in places that we need the support. And so, of course, we're going to go want to get, if we're not like a free spirit, it's like, yeah, you want to go kick it with some new free spirited people so you can accentuate that. So this week is going to be really fun. I'm super excited about it. So make sure, get on over to the website. You can listen to the podcast. It's really, really, really good. And then let's just do that this week. Okay, let's go right here. Inhale, peace. Exhale. Yes. All right. Peace, love, and warm aloha. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Aloha.